Okay, so these are the 10 richest dudes in the world, and all but two of them sell compute. We know who Google is, and Larry and Sergey, and Jeff at Amazon, and Mark at Meta, and Elon at Tesla, and then Bill Gates and Steve Ballmer from Microsoft. They're all selling compute. The other two are involved in fashion, and Warren just invests in those companies who sell compute. With that said, then how do we as individuals take advantage of what we see happening? The world is changing again as artificial intelligence and machine learning are going to become a part of our lives. And that isn't happening just yet because the infrastructure is being built, and that's through data centers and GPUs. So if we know that data centers and GPUs are going to be providing the compute, then who's going to make the money? Well, I did a video yesterday and said the people who have been providing us the software to run our computers aren't going to have access to the compute because they're not buying GPUs. They can't afford them. The awareness is now that Google, Amazon, Meta, Tesla, and Microsoft, if they're buying all these GPUs, let's follow the money. Let's follow the money and recognize that they are taking human intelligence and then they are building upon that through AI, and then they're building upon that through machine learning. And in order to handle that, we've got to have extraordinarily compute power. That is being provided by Jensen and more than likely other people such as Advanced Micro Devices and maybe in the future Intel, so that that compute can be democratized and become available to every business in the world. I just had a extensive a conversation with, well, these software companies won't go away. They will still process the individual's data. No, that's the issue. The only data that John Deere has is their data. So they don't have access to the data that the rest of their TAM it would make it possible for John Deere to reach the rest of their TAM. I'll give you an example. I made my last payment on the 8th of this month on my BMW. How many inquiries have I received either through the phone or through my email or through the direct mail that, Kerry, now's the time for you to buy a new car, whether it be from Mercedes, whether it be from BMW or Lexus? None. Why? Because they have their data, which obviously their software isn't working well on, but they don't have the data that from Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Meta, who know what I search for relative to the cars. They don't have that data. They only have the data that obviously their software isn't efficient at to market to me for a car. So what would I expect that to be in the next world of artificial intelligence and machine learning? I would expect to get an email that said, hey, Kerry, here is 5 cars that we think would be appropriate for you. They would know that I have looked on Google at BMW's hybrids. They would know I looked for Lexus's hybrids, and I've looked at Mercedes on Google. But BMW doesn't know that because they don't have access to that data. Google does. So my contention is I should be getting an email from each of those 3 car companies that says, here are 5 cars that are on our lots. Each one has 5 cars. And here is the code that you need to put onto the door or on the lock on the door so that you can get into the car and drive it anytime you feel comfortable, anytime you want. That's what should be happening. And that's what will happen when artificial intelligence and machine learning make their way into BMW, Mercedes, and Lexus. And they don't have the compute power to do that. But Google, Amazon, Meta, Tesla, and Microsoft do. Tesla's a different issue. So what I then have said is I need to narrow my 40 stocks down from 40 to my top 20. And here are my top 20. And I need to know when to buy them. So what I have done is I have put in what is their 52-week high and what is their 52-week low, and how far off of that is each one. Then I go to their chart and I say, where is the support level? And in most cases, it's close to their 52-week low. So if the market is going to continue to pull back, that's probably where it will pull back to. But rather than try to catch the falling knife, maybe I should just, based on the difference between their current price and their 52-week low, maybe I should start dollar cost averaging into them if they're going to go down, but not miss it if they continue to go up. But you can see on there, there's some at discounts. So with that in mind, I can then recognize which of these companies are going to be a part of this, what I choose to call the GPU ecosystem and the democratization of compute. Because what will happen is I will make an agreement, and I've already written Mark, and I've already written their head of product development, and I've already written their head scientist of AI, explain to them my business, that I have a TAM of 66 million. I don't know those 66 million. I only have the emails of 29,000 of them, and I am marketing to them. But I don't know their purchasing habits. I don't know of the 29,000 that I have, what they buy on Google, what they react to on Facebook. But Google knows that, and Meta knows that. So if I can get an agent from Google and Meta who sits on my computer, run by their GPUs, and say, okay, here, put this ad, help me create an ad specifically for the 66, each one of the 66 million, that you know how they will react when they see it. And let's put them into a sales funnel that makes them want to become a part of my tribe. I don't have, and neither does any other software company, have the compute power to do this. I don't think even Google and Meta right now have the compute power to do this, but they will in the very near future. And that's why I want to make them one of my top 20 stocks. That's why I want to be a part of that. Now, what is the next step? And this is what the individual I was talking to said. Well, why can't you do that for all of the stocks in the market? Why are you narrowing it down to 20? Because that's all I can do as one human being. But if I have an AI agent who is attached to GPUs, and I can communicate with that agent and say, here are the parameters I have set up for choosing the stocks and predicting their prices in the future. Let's go, you and I, the agent who is driven by a GPU or GPUs sitting in a data center somewhere. Let's go find the next top 20 in all the industries. And let's expand that to the top 50. And let's share that information through emails with my tribe so that they understand how I have chosen these stocks, what my past track record has been, and how they can make money in the stock market. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm going. And I'm asking you if you'd like to get on the bus and come along. Now, some of you are on the bus, but you don't have access to this information. So what I have decided to do is every Sunday, I'm going to send out Kerry's newsletter. And Kerry's newsletter will contain the cheat sheet that I showed you, the portfolio management, what I own, how much of it I own, what I'm projecting it's going to be worth at the end of 24, 25, 26, and the first start of 27. Then you're also going to see my 20 stocks that I have brought it down to my GPU ecosystem. And then I'm going to share with you a summary of the articles that I have written in the last week that explain all of this and focus on some specific stocks. So if you want to be a part of that, I'm going to, those of you who are not in the platinum level, I will be sending you that newsletter on this Sunday. And if you want to be a part of it, you will sign up for the 14-day free trial. Now, if you are not part of our tribe at a lower level and you want to become a part of this, then go to the website, Best of Us Investors, and sign up. And this Sunday, I will send you my first Sunday Kerry's newsletter. And then you will get it for the next 2 weeks. And then you can make a decision. Is this something I want every week? Does that make sense? Does what Kerry is explaining, that this GPU ecosystem and that these 10 people, 7 of which who have made their living by selling compute, will probably bring that democratization of compute to other companies, and I need to be a part of it. And when I say, I mean you. It's your decision. You're at a crossroads. I've shown you the light. Now you either follow it or you don't. But that's how I think it's going to happen. I'll talk to you more about this, I'm sure, on a regular basis.